Hello, everybody. This is my 2 month on tea vlog update, and it has been kind of eventful, kind of uneventful. I don't really know, but let's see. What have I noticed since month one? My voice is definitely feeling a little bit scratchier, slightly deeper than it was before. Definitely done some voice comparisons because I do take like audio and stuff, and I don't know. It's very difficult to say whether it's really changed a ton. It does, but it feels different. Like to me, in my throat, it feels a little bit more chesty. What else? I have really noticed a lot of muscle development this past month. That has been also tied with some more water retention, and my face is feeling very puffy to me. Obviously, it didn't just happen overnight, but it was like a few days ago I looked in the mirror and was like, whoa, when did my face get so puffy? And then I was looking back at pictures from many months ago, and there's definitely a difference in like my face in terms of how thin it was. Something odd I've noticed is I feel like my nose has like started to get a little bit bigger. And I know that can happen because cartilage grows when you're on testosterone, which is how people get taller. If you've ever wondered how someone who's like, well past their actual puberty age can get taller on T, it's because cartilage between, I'm assuming, your joints in your between your spinal, the pieces of your spine, it can thicken, and so that can actually like make you taller. The other thing is people tend to stand up a little bit taller when they're feeling more confident. But your ears, your nose, things like that can grow when you're on testosterone. So anyway, I don't know if my nose has gotten any bigger. I'm definitely not taking measurements of it, but I feel like it's something that like might have changed. I have not really noticed any body hair changes apart from slightly darker hair coming in on my thighs. It's still invisible from, to anyone but me, basically. Oily skin, it seems like my acne flares up kind of um, in line with my like menstrual cycle, and that is how it always has been. Right now it's like really not bad, but it I had like a really bad flare up, and it was right around some like menstruation hormonal shifts. So I've noticed like more back acne too, and I'm really trying hard to like use my like back scrubber brush in the shower to wash my back. My skin is definitely still very oily. I usually wipe it off with just some water and a washcloth a couple of times a day. And so far, like, I'm grateful that the acne hasn't been worse than it is. So, um, what else? Head is still feeling really good. I feel so much calmer. My partner has noted how much like more relaxed I am, how much happier I seem. And so those things are really, really great. And wasn't a change though. I was already feeling that way like pretty quickly once I started tea. Didn't really shift in the last month at all. Fatigue has been really difficult this month. I think it might have to do with like the muscle growth. I also think, so this is kind of a funny little anecdote, but the first month I was on tea, I have gel and I do 4 pumps each morning. And midway through the month, like over midway through the month, I was like, shouldn't I be into my second bottle? Because when I picked up my initial subscription, there was 2 bottles of gel, and it said that each bottle was about a 15-day supply, 2 bottles, 30 days. Well, that first bottle of gel lasted me 29 days. I tracked it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think I was fully compressing the top of the gel bottle. Sure enough, like towards the end of it, I started realizing like I wasn't. It was like a very difficult bottle to compress, and I'm just not used to stuff like that. So anyway, I felt like I was getting a lot. Like I was having a hard time finding the surface area to spread the gel because there was so much of it. The moral is the second bottle of gel that I used, and I did the full pumps, when it lasted 17 days. And so really, for the first month that I was on tea, I was getting a lower dose than I should have been, and like almost a half, probably more, like 65%, but that's quite significant. So this is the first month that I've actually been on a full dose. I have gone through the bottles that I'm expected to go through. They do last me about 17 days, not 15, but like that's always really nice just to know that you have like a little bit of a buffer and stuff. And when I go to the doctor for my 3-month check in, I am going to talk to her about switching to injections because the gel, there's a lot of benefits. I love the fact that you put it on every day, in the sense that like I get excited to put it on because like I get excited to take tea and it makes me feel happy that I get to do it. However, logistically, it's not my favorite thing. I have a kid, you have to cover up, you have to worry about cross contamination, you have to wash the gel off. There's a lot of stuff that I don't love about it. I do think the numbers are my T levels fluctuate less because I don't get like a big dose once a week. But I'm also thinking like, oh, if my numbers are up already, maybe that big dose once a week won't hit me so hard. And really, just like with everything, the only thing I can do is experiment, see if it works for me. And if it doesn't, it doesn't, and I'll have to figure it out. But I'm thinking about things like top surgery. How am I going to put my gel on when I'm recovering from that? You're not allowed to lift your hands. Um, that's not necessarily the difficult part, but it's more like bathing and just the, I don't know, just the added complexity of having that on top of like recovering from top surgery is kind of a lot in my mind. And I do live in a very hot climate. And so moving into the summer, which is still many months away, I don't want to be sweating off my gel. I don't want it to be, it is really slimy when I get in the shower to wash it off. It's so slimy. I don't want that feeling on my skin like all day. So, anyway, gonna have to figure it out with my doctor, see what we can do, and make the best of whatever situation seems right for me. But the point is, back to how much my dosage was the first month versus the second month, even though I was following the instructions and doing the 4 pumps like I was supposed to, it was just kind of comical to realize that I hadn't been giving myself the full dose. And so this month, having done so, I wonder if A, my levels are, higher because I've already been on it for a month, and B, if my body is like, oh, okay, like now we have the full dose, like let's get going with this muscle growth and things like that. So yeah, other than that, I can't think of really any other massive changes, no real changes with bottom growth. And um, yeah, I'm excited to still be on this journey. I still haven't come out to family about being on T. I'm going to wait at least one more month, maybe even more, because, in my mind, I always wanted to get through the first 3 months just to see if it was something I was even going to continue with long term. And I do feel really good on it. I still feel like it is something I'm going to continue, but like things could change. And I don't really want to be going to my family saying, oh, I'm on tea. Oh, I'm off tea. Oh, I'm on tea. Yeah, like they don't need to know that part of it. My partner and I can handle that part of it ourselves. So, yeah. Other than that, I got a few new pieces of clothing for Christmas, including this like hooded flannel thing. I'm really trying to work on layering in a way that feels more fashionable to me. But yeah, otherwise, I'm still feeling great, and I appreciate you watching my videos. Thanks. Bye.